Hey CK friends, it's Kay from ClosetKeepsakes.com coming to you with a quick trendy thrift video, of course. Today I wanted to talk to you about how to save even more money than you would if you were thrifting. A lot of times I do thrift hauls and show you all the discounts I got or talk about tips for thrifting, but now I have something that's going to save you even more money than if you did either one of those things. So today I want to talk about shopping your own closet. You have a lot of shoes, clothes, accessories in there that you can work with. You just got to figure out different ways how. If you're anything like me, I have a lot of stuff that I don't wear. You kind of tend to wear the same things over and over again the same way. So let's talk about how we could change that up a little and come up with new styles and fashion for yourself without spending any money or very, very little money, even less than you would if you were thrifting. So my first suggestion is you got to get organized. You know, I know that I have this, but I haven't dealt with it. You have to weed out those things that you're not going to wear, whether they're too big, they're too small, you didn't like the way it looked on you, it's the wrong shape for your body shape. It's just stuff that you're not going to use, or it's not going to be a part of the rotation of your clothing. You got to get rid of those. You got to weed those things out and organize the things that you are going to wear. So you'll be able to see the things that you're going to wear a lot more clearer if you weed out all the trash or the garbage. Take those things and donate them. Give them to a sister, a cousin, a friend, someone in need. Like I said, if you donate, you can actually get a tax write-off at some of the thrift stores out there. So just get those out of your closet though. They got to get out the way. So that's the first step. You got to get organized so you could just see what you have to work with. So my next tip for shopping your own closet is wear something, one item, just find one garment and wear it in different ways. So sometimes, you know, you'll get something and you wear it the same exact way every single time. Well, get in the mirror and look around and play around with that item and see what else you can do with it. So for example, I have a white shirt here. It's a long sleeve white shirt, and it has a collar on it and it buttons up the front. It's very simple. This is actually a fashion staple, and what I mean by that is it's an item that really doesn't go out of style. You know, it transcends the seasons as well as the trends of fashion. So something like a basic button-up white shirt, as long as it doesn't have a lot of embellishments or anything on it, it's going to be something you can wear year in and year out. So with something like this, you can actually do a lot of things with it. You could take the sleeves and roll them up and cuff them at different lengths. You can pop the collar up on it and wear it with the collar popped up, depending on what the collar looks like. You could leave it unbuttoned and, you know, kind of loose. You could leave it completely unbuttoned and wear a tank top or a cami underneath, or a bralette, depending on how risque you want to be. You could leave the bottom, ooh, I can't talk today, unbutton and actually tie it. There's so many, you could belt it. There's so many different things you can do with just this one shirt. And you could change the look of it completely by just playing around with it. One thing I will say about all these tips I have, a good thing that you can do when you're playing around with the clothing and the styles in your closet is take selfies. Go selfie crazy. Take a picture of every single look you create. So if you roll the sleeves up on the shirt, take a picture. If you pop the collar, take a picture. If you belt it, take a picture. Take a picture of everything. So that way later you could go back and look through the pictures and say, oh, I really like how that looked on me. Or yeah, that's not going to work out. Or, you know, maybe that's a different combination I want to try. So go back, look at the pictures, make sure you take plenty of pictures, and then basically delete the ones you don't like. You might want to keep the ones that you do so you could look back when you're trying to decide on some ideas of what to wear. The next suggestion I have is wear different combinations of items. So like I said before, a lot of times I know I've seen this, I've seen it from other women where we wear the same garment with the same combination. So the same shirt with the same skirt, same shirt with the same skirt, same shirt with the same skirt, the same shoes, earrings, whatever. And it might look nice. I'm not saying that it doesn't look nice, but there's probably some other combinations you could come up with in your closet. And maybe you feel like, okay, this is a casual thing, I have to wear it casual. So maybe you have, once again, your trusty white staple shirt, and you're like, I only want to wear that shirt with jeans. But how many combinations can you make from just jeans? You could wear it with wide leg jeans, dark wash jeans, light wash jeans. You could go for the wear and tear, tattered type jeans. You could wear it with skinny jeans. There's so many combinations of just that one item with jeans. So, play around with it. Try out some different combinations. Even if you have one thing set in your head, like, I just want to do this. I just want to wear it with jeans. Try it out and see what else you could come up with, because it's going to change it completely by just changing out the jeans. You still got on jeans, just a different type of jeans. So, play around with some combinations other than what you do all the time. And of course, take your selfies. Okay? So the next thing I would suggest is wear clothing out of season. And sometimes this can be really hard or tricky, because if it's out of season, it's out of season for a reason. So it might be too hot or too cold to wear certain items out of season. But I have a suggestion. So if you have something like shorts, and sometimes it will depend on the texture or the length or just the structure of the short. But if you have a nice pair of shorts, you can wear that in the winter as well as in the summer by simply just changing some of the other things that you combine with it. So you can wear shorts in the summer, of course, maybe with a tank top or sandals or something like that. But take that same pair of shorts and combine it with some tights or with some boots or add a sweater. You could change the look of just that one little pair of shorts by wearing it in both seasons. And I know that's hard. For me, it's hard. A lot of times when the season changes, I'm like, it's time to pack up. Let's pack all that stuff up and put it away. And it's hard to reach until the season changes. But before you pack everything away, look through what you have and say, can I wear this both seasons? Can I still wear that in this upcoming season? Because it might be something you could really work with. So, keep an eye out in your own closet for things that you could wear in multiple seasons. So my next tip is to get inspiration. Like, sometimes you do just get stuck. Like, you can't find no combinations. Ain't nothing coming up in your head. You're looking at the same thing over and over. You don't see anything else that's going to work. So look for inspiration everywhere. A lot of times, we go to magazines, we'll go to online publications, blogs, and all those things are good. I would suggest go to all those places. Go to Pinterest. Pinterest has some great ideas. But also look around you. You might see someone walking down the street and you love what they have on, but you might have to tweak it a little bit. You might just like the color combination. You might not like the actual outfit, but the color combination of what they have on. You might like the style. You might be like, oh, I like those pants, but I need to wear a different shirt with that. Look around you and see what you can find that you can make it your own. Sometimes I see other people wearing things and it reminds me of things that I forgot about in my own closet. Like, oh snap, I have a shirt just like that. So definitely look for inspiration all around you. Like I said, publications are a great way to look at celebrity style, look for street style, urban street style. Look at the girlfriends, sisters, co-workers, friends in your circles, or even strangers you don't know. If possible, you might want to ask if you could take a picture of them so you can remember that style as well, or write it down. So definitely look for inspiration everywhere. Another thing that you can definitely do is create layers, and this might be more applicable in the cooler months where you want to wear layers to stay warm, because right now it's summer and it's way too hot to wear any layers. You almost want to get naked. So you might not want to layer in the summertime depending on what the weather's like where you are. But in the cooler months, layering is a great way to change the look of simple garments. So of course, in the fall or in the winter, you could combine blazers on top of shirts. You could put shirts underneath shirts. You could put sweaters on top of shirts, or sweater vest, or combinations of all those things. Put layers together and just change completely how you're going to wear a particular item. One day you might want to wear it a certain way, like with a sweater on it. The next day you might want to wear it with a shirt underneath it. Make combinations, like I said before, try things out, see what you like, take pictures of yourself, and just make note of those things that you want to try out later. So definitely work with layers. Another thing, this is a simple one. Sometimes we make it more complicated than it has to be, but accessorizing. Accessories is it's just the icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? So you already have a great base, but when you put that icing on it, it just changes the game. So work with the accessories you got. So before, actually my first tip was to get organized. Organize your closet doesn't mean just your clothes. You might have to organize your jewelry, your hats, your scarves, your shoes. I know shoes for me is a really hard one too to keep organized, but you might have to organize a lot of different things, your entire closet, just so you can see everything. And like I said, just with the clothing, you might have to weed out some things that no longer apply to you. And for me, jewelry is really hard for me to get rid of jewelry. It has to be just tore up bad, ready to go for me to get rid of it, because even if it's out of style, I feel like that's going to come back, or that's still going to be relevant at some point, so I don't want to get rid of it. But things like purses, especially when they get all the wear and tear on them and stuff like that, just get rid of them. If you feel, like I said before, it doesn't fit who you are or who you want to be fashionably, give it to the next friend or sister, someone in need, So accessories, though, are very simple. It's a very simple way to change the look of something. Whether you have on earrings, you can make it statement earrings, hoops, very small stud earrings, and that's totally different looks right there. Add necklaces, add hats, combine different things. You can add gloves to something, or something that's very simple that sometimes we don't really consider is just changing your purse out. So going from a clutch to like a handbag could be a completely different look, or even changing the color of your handbags. Of course, we know shoes always, can just make or break an outfit at times. So just play around with your accessories, even combining them in different ways to see what you like. And that can completely, like I said, just change the game as far as your outfit goes. Okay, I only have a few more tips. My next tip is actually go through your closet, especially before you get rid of everything. When you organize, go back and see if there's anything that you can still wear and you still want to wear, but needs some mending and can be mended, because some stuff is not mendable and you need to get rid of it. So just do that. But if it can be mended, go ahead and get that done, because now you have reinserted a new item that you can use when you're making these combinations. So I know for myself, like if I have a sweater and a button pops off, I think, oh snap, wash it, and I hang it back in the closet with that button off. I forget completely about it until I want to wear it again. But get those things taken care of. If there's buttons missing, go ahead and get the buttons back on. Or if it needs a hem, maybe you never wore it, but it's too long and you never really went to go get that fixed or shortened or get the length of it right. If there's like small tears or things that you could repair, go ahead and get those things repaired. I am not a sewer. I do not sew. I cannot sew. I can put a button on, but I cannot sew. I'm not fixing no hems or anything like that. So this tip actually might require a little bit of money if you're like me. Unless you know a friend, a sister, a cousin, somebody who can help you with this for free, you might have to take these things to be mended to like a dry cleaners or a tailor of some sort. So this might cost you a little bit of money, but it might be worth the money to go ahead and get it fixed. So that way you have, like I said, a new garment that you could play around with combinations in your closet. Because at some point you really loved it. You must have. You bought it. So just make sure you're giving your clothes a little bit of TLC and repairing those damaged items. And now you got something new that you can use. And my last tip is kind of along the same line, especially for those of you who are crafty. I'm a little bit of crafty. I'm not a lot of crafty. Like I said, I don't sew. I could get down on a hot glue gun though. So if you're anything in between all of that, upcycling is a great way to shop your own closet by just changing the look of the garment completely, or just a little bit actually. And there's some simple things you can do, especially if you are crafty challenged, or if you are sewing challenged like myself. You could take items and you could dye it. And this is going to cost you a little bit of money too if you don't already have dye. But you could dye items and change the color of them. Even you can keep it the same color. So like a lot of times with black can get, once you wash it and dry it and wash it and dry it and wear it and such, it can become really faded. And faded black is that's a fashion no. Don't do that. You could re-dye it black though and renew the color in it, so that it goes back to something you could wear and that still, you really like. You could dye something a totally different color as well. Another thing you could do is you could add a different set of buttons. So something like my white shirt again, it has clear buttons on it. And I haven't worn this. It also has gold buttons in certain places, which I do not like at all. Because I think it takes away from the fact that it is supposed to be a staple. So I actually might try to change those out or have those changed out. But something like this where it just has mostly clear buttons or white buttons, you could change it out and add something like this. Now this is also going to change it from being a staple. But if you have other white shirts or you don't really care or mind, then go for it. Change out the buttons. Make sure they're the proper size for the holes of the shirt that's already in the shirt. And it can completely change the look of the shirt. So that's simple. You know, if you could sew a button on, you might not be a seamstress, but if you could sew a button on, that's a simple fix right there. You can also add other embellishments to your shirts, maybe studs. You know, they have little stud, I don't know what they're called, but you could just clamp them on, the studs on, and you can add studs to like the collar or the sleeves, or even in the front that might have a pocket in the front that you want to add studs to. Sometimes you could take like t-shirts and you could cut off the neckline, cut off the sleeves, cut little slits down the side or down the back and make it a little sexy. But you could totally change the look of that t-shirt. It's a whole new shirt. It's a whole new style, you know? So play around with that. If you're crafty, try to upcycle and change the look of your garment completely, you know, and get some ideas, like I said before, inspiration, and even some instructions on DIY projects for upcycling your clothes you could find on YouTube and Pinterest for sure, or if you just Google search, you'll find a lot of different things as well. So that's all the tips I have. I hope that that was helpful, and I hope that it will help you save a little bit more money than if you were even thrifting. Don't stop thrifting. But, you know, if you're short on money or you want to, you know, just really look at, see what you have or save some money, this is a great way to do so, is shopping your own closet. So thanks for watching. Please check us out on www.closetkeepsakes.com. Like us, become a friend, subscribe, thumbs up, of course. We are also on Instagram. We're on LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, Lookbook, Blog Loving. We're almost everywhere, so please don't hesitate to, you know, check us out. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.